Hey, Brian back here with a look at Kaspa. Well, I guess we got that hit we've been waiting for from Bitcoin. What timing too? Right up here at the 702 and the 786. But I have a feeling we'll be working our way back up towards that there. We're going to talk about a few things here in a second with this chart and dig into it a little bit more, see where a possible bottom could be and what's going on with Bitcoin here. All right, so in fact, let's go over there now and take a look at Bitcoin. Well, let's look at the crypto bubbles real quick and see what the market's like. Yeah, a little bit of a knockback. Fat making a big run here. I believe it's doing a fifth wave right now. Pepe, boy, that thing has just been a beast. AGIX, Apt, Jasmy, Arweave, 43% still with that Bitcoin pullback. Wow. For the year, 144 Arweave. Wow, good project. Yeah, let's see what's going. Where's Kaspa at on here? I always have a hard time finding that on here for some reason. I don't know why. I wish I could highlight it with a different color. Um, can't see it on there. Let's go down here right around number 30. 28. There we go. Number 28 now. $3.92 billion market cap. Volume 119 million over the last 24 hours. That was up. Look at this for the year, 1,200%. Let's go up here and can we? Yeah, we can change these. Bonk 1900, Kaspa 1200, Injective another good one. Akash, Solana. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that on here. I like looking at these, like what's up the biggest for the month. Jasmy, WorldCoin, Arweave, Pepe 182%. Wow. And this isn't even like the part of the bull run that these coins, I mean, they're getting nuts right now, but wait till the altcoin seasons happen and stuff. I mean, that's when it really gets crazy. Like these numbers for the month, like you'll get this in a day. Oh yeah, absolutely. During a an alt season, oh my god, it just absolutely gets crazy. Here we go. Are we? What's down the most for the day? This is 7% Gala. Not too bad with that. Well, there's 9% now with that crushing that Bitcoin gave us here. Now the last hour, you can see a lot of stuff bouncing back here. Where's Kaspa at? Might be down here a little bit apparently. Boom, 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 boom. Did you see it? I didn't. Where's it at here? Probably passed it right up your price. Hey, dummy, it's right there. For some reason, I could not see it. All right. Yeah, this thing's actually pretty cool. I love doing this. 24-hour volume. A lot of people getting into Tether. 120 billion. There you go. Getting out, going into stable coins. That's a top right there. That's what happens a lot of times. If there's a dump, people sell their stuff and wait on the sideline until it finishes and then buy back in. That can burn you though too, a lot of times. All right, let's move on here, guys. I apologize. Take a look at Bitcoin here real quick. This thing is actually, it looks like to me. All right, that's on a 15-minute. Let's go to the half hour here. You can see how it ran up, of course. And then this dump this afternoon that came in. This thing ended up coming down. Wow, that's a lot for Bitcoin. 8%. Let's see, what was it money wise? Still up $3,200 for the day, and it's still a $60,000 Bitcoin. 60 grand. I never thought we would be here right now. I mean, this is it's still February. We haven't even had the halving yet. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely crazy. Let's go out here and look at the. Let's put the fib on here. Look at this thing. I have an alarm set on here for if it comes down to that level. But let's see. Yeah, look at that, right through the 786. The next one up there is the all-time high. Basically, you have some resistance right here at 65.5 on the weekly, and a little bit right. Did it hit that 65? No. It didn't yet. Okay, so right here you have some resistance. Let's mark this out and see how it does with it. Right here on the weekly. Don't want that color. That is ugly. All right, we want that there, and we're going to slide this up here. That's some resistance. And of course, we got some right through here. Whoops, I apologize. There goes Bitcoin crossing that line I was talking about. Now you can see this run up here. Wow, ran up to 64.3 roughly. All right, ended up having looks like 5 waves up in here. Let's take a couple measurements here and see how these work out, because I'm super curious. Let's wipe this chart clean. Let's just get everything off it. There we go. With the trend-based extension, if you hear that in the background, guys, I apologize. We are having some really bad storms where I'm at. Look at that. Is that perfect or what? Unbelievable. How's that? Dead on. 64.2. That's a 5 wave. I did not do this before the video. I mean, you got my word on that. I really didn't. 3, 4, 5. I swear to you, I did not do this before the video. So that's crazy. Hit right on. That's why I love these trend-based extensions. They are absolutely perfect. Look at that. I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect. Unbelievable. Hit it dead on. So what now for Bitcoin? Probably an ABC, I would imagine. Did the weekly turn bearish? No, still bullish right now. How about the monthly? Still 100 and 100. Okay. Usually, well, always when you have 5 waves up, then you have an ABC coming in. All right, so let's take a look here. We have this. Let's get this off here. All right, yeah, that was unbelievable. How more perfect could that have been, guys? I swear to you, I did not do that either. And then you go into smaller, like here's your 5th wave, and you can see here. I love this because that's why I love trading so much. You can see here, if you're trading and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, no matter, you're getting a 5th wave out of this thing. So especially when I've been doing this all day, leverage trading over there. It's unbelievable. I love it, and I'm not bragging at all, but I put $60 in my account this morning and turned it into 600 before noon. That's crazy, ain't it? I mean, but don't just think you're going to go over there and do that. It doesn't work like that. You really got to know what you're doing. You got to. Leverage trading will wreck you very, very fast. So Bitcoin came up here. It's probably, let's put a trend line on here. Right up through here, and you're going to get an ABC down here. All right, this first move down. Let's go in the hourly. If we zoom in a little bit closer here, about a 4-hour. There we go. You're going to have your initial A wave down. Okay, then your B wave up, and then your C wave down, and it could keep this trend. It depends on how far it ends up coming down here, but you're definitely going to get a wave down. It's hard to say where it'll come. We'll track it as we go, and a B, and maybe it more than likely will probably come right down on this trend line. I mean, that's back down at 54. And that's a guess here. That's if it came down to here and went up to there and to there. It's hard to say where it'll come. Who knows? Maybe the B will be way out here, and maybe the C leg will end up losing this support. But then you always have a bottom at the end of your C wave. That's why you take longs at the end of an ABC. So we'll see what happens here. We need more info on Bitcoin, but unbelievable. That trend-based fib, absolutely dead on. All right, let's move on here, guys. And if you want to, you can join a level 3, guys. Thank you. We had like 12 new members yesterday. Thank you so much. I really mean that. You get the Discord with it, where we leverage trade every day over there. I try to get in there. I've been in there the last 2 days pretty much all day, but You get that with a level 3 membership, and you get 9 hours of videos, 20 plus videos to teach you how to do this stuff here that I'm doing, how to chart to chart. So if you're interested, go sign up and join us. We'd love to have you. All right, let's head over to the Block Explorer here. 165 petahash, nothing major. Boy, is that bright, huh? Wow. Especially after looking at a dark screen all day. That just killed my eyes. Let's take a look at the top addresses, see if we got anything here. Man, where I'm at in Pennsylvania, it is so bad. It was like it tore my Pittsburgh Penguin flag off my garage. That's how bad the wind is. It's just absolutely crazy. It's done now, I think, but we have a stream that runs through our backyard. Beautiful, stocked with trout and everything, and wow, it's getting really high. To like the flood level here. So I've got to keep an eye on that. Make sure, you know, we don't end up floating away. It's came halfway up through the yard before, to our back deck almost. I mean, it can really get pretty high. We're up in the mountains of Pennsylvania here, and it gets pretty rough. But look at this, people stacking on. There we go. Wow. Look at the last 7 days, minus 4 whales. But the last 24 hours, one humpback. There we go. We got 11 plus one of them in the last 24 hours. It's stacking on. It's amazing, them, especially a humpback, 100 million to a billion. That's a lot of Kaspa. I mean, of course, nobody knows when Bitcoin's going to dump. You can give it your best guess and your best look, but it's going to go when it wants to go. Really, I mean, I'm really shocked it's where it's at. But last 1 hour we've been adding on here. Nothing real big. Last 24 hours, 4 sharks, 13 dolphins. Yeah, pretty much all green except the whales were -5 for the week. Or the last 30 days. I apologize. Last 30 days. All right, let's come over here and take a look real quick at open interest. See what kind of liquidations we got today. Whoa, 698 million. That's up 119%, 119.8%. That definitely got some out there, but the open interest is still 54.8 billion. So that's not much of a shakeout. A real shakeout will knock this open interest, in half or whatever. Yeah, well, almost. 20. Look at the volume for the crypto market, 345.9 billion. That's up 75%. Holy cow! People FOMO kicking in. That's what it is. People see these coins taking off. You have 51.3% long now, and 48.7% shorts out there. If we come down through here real quick, this is not the page I want. I apologize. Let's go back to the home page here. I wanted to see a couple things down here. The volume, number one. Look at this. 87. Yeah, look at all the buyers coming in the market now. Volume is way up. That's great to see. And if you're just getting into crypto now and you think you're late to the party, trust me, you're not. We're gonna have like a year of this. This will probably run until next January or something. I would imagine. I mean, the last couple of bull runs have. Bitcoin's topped in November, December. It both, I think it was all 3 times now. So we got a ways to go. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We're going to make a lot of money. Bitcoin 100. Here's the heat map. Let's look at the liquidations. 263 million today. Ethereum 110 million. And of course Doge. Open interest 26 billion on Bitcoin and 11 billion on Ethereum. And the volume. Bitcoin 173 billion. Still over $1 trillion market cap, I believe, ain't it? Bitcoin, yeah, 1.18 trillion. Awesome. All right, let's head over here. We looked at Bitcoin at Kaspa. Excuse me. All right, boy, oh boy. That was a rough candle, huh? I know a lot of guys in Discord there and girls, a lot of people were in trades right there. 21% difference there in what? Let's look at a 10-minute. Look at that, 5 minute. Holy cow. The 1 minute chart, look at that. That happened in what? 1, 2, 3, about 3 minutes. The majority of it, about 3 minutes, was what, 15.5% of the pump, or the dump. It took 3 minutes. Look at that V bottom recovery though. Love to see. That's a nice recovery. Pretty much going sideways now. Look at that, just sideways in here. I think Kaspa is just kind of getting itself together after that, you know. Probably a lot of, equaling out through here, buyers and sellers, equaling right out. Let's look at the volume down here at the bottom. Look at that volume that kicked in. Look at the buyers that kicked in down there when it hit the bottom. Unbelievable. Nice. On the day, let's take a look at our volume. Yeah, nice volume spike. Wow, look at back here. When was that? That was December 23rd. December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. And today we have had 180 million. Nice. All right, let's see what's going on here. We're gonna have to zoom in closer here. It really looked like we were heading towards 20 cents today. I mean, we were talking about that all morning. Looked like Kaspa was on its way, and it was. It broke through the 702, broke through the, look at this, broke right through the 702. I mean, we were up here, the 786. I mean, it was on its way. You had your daily. Look at this now. The daily's right at the bottom, right at the very bottom. That's great. The 12-hour just starting up. 8-hour. The 8-hour looks a little bearish. It looks a little weak there. Then your 4-hour. The 4-hour is rolling over here. Let's take a look here and see. All right, you got a trend line here to keep track of this thing. And chance that Bitcoin's going to do that ABC, and so if you're in trades, just keep an eye on it. If it's pulling a B leg up, you're fine. But at the top of that B leg, when it starts that C leg down, you definitely want to be paying attention to what's going on here. Look at that. Look how it lost that trend line right here, and then it gained it right back though after that Bitcoin dump. All right, so it is trying to work its way back up here. It came down. It dumped down to 14.6, 14.6, and look at the buyers right before that. Whoops, I apologize. Okay, 1 hour here. Yeah, right before the dump. Look at all the buyers that came in. 24 million, 11 million. Can you imagine? 18 million. You just get in, you buy, a million tokens, and then that Bitcoin does that to you. Let's so on the 1 hour we're heading up. The 4 hours bearish. The 8-hour right on the edge. Then you got your 12-hour heading up here. And I was mentioning earlier, it was starting to look like a head and shoulders up here on Kaspa, but I don't know. Unless you have a crooked head, I don't know if I'd call it a head and shoulders, but it kind of definitely resembles one, don't it? Shoulder, head, shoulder, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. But we are recovering here. We got a trend line started up here. Let me get that off there. I always forget to right click there. We do have a trend line start, and you can see we are semi-recovering here. But, we got this god-awful candle here that came tearing us down through here. God-awful. I didn't say that in a bad way. I don't want to get into religion. I love Jesus. I don't want to get into any of that. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I always feel like crap if I say something like that. It wasn't meant in a bad way. So we are charging back up here. You can see we have recovered here. We got to keep this trend line. If we end up losing this, we are going to have a recovery down here. Let's see where we're at in the fib. We're right back down to 382. All right, so keep a very close eye on here. Quite honestly, yeah, if it loses this, then it's probably going to do an ABC down. But we got our daily is bullish, our weekly is still heading up, and that monthly we don't have yet. So we're still bullish on the weekly. All right, we're still good there. The daily's still good. Okay, we'll see what happens here. It's kind of a mixed bag with Bitcoin with this A wave down. It depends on what it does. If it maybe the A wave's over, maybe it's going to work on the B wave. If the B wave's heading up, we could see a pretty quick recovery here. If it's not, then we could end up, if we lose this trend line, you could end up doing something like this right here. Keep an eye on this trend line. Could end up doing an a B back to the trend line, and a C wave down. We'll just have to see what happens, but very important we keep that trend line for sure. All right, the only reason I would even think that we might be having, if we lose this, is that bearish 4 hour. You got some mixed, the 8 hours a little mixed up here, and that 12 isn't looking real strong. Look down here on the bottom. Let's pull that up. You can see it's below the moving average here. So we'll keep an eye on it. If you're tracking Kaspa, put your trend line on here, right here, and so far it is recovering. So it had that dump. We still are in trend. Okay, it started way back here. February 26th. I mean, so we're still in trend here. Still regained it. As long as we bounce here, we're fine. Then you could have you could be starting some Elliott waves here. It could be a 1-2 here. It all depends. For number one, we got to keep trend. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Jeez, that Bitcoin thing caught everybody off guard. So we'll make it through it. We'll be fine. It's the market's getting a little overheated. No big deal. We got a long ways to go, a lot of money to make. So let's get excited, and it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I am totally pumped for it. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you very soon, guys.